All right, we're out here at the Blackberries today, and we're doing a lot of cleanup because it's actually April like 7th, and it's still rainy, and we're gonna clean up the aisles. We have a lot of volunteers that are in the aisles. We're gonna transplant those, extend the rows, and this is an easy way to propagate your blackberries. All right, behind me we have, I think these are 4 or 5 year old blackberries, and we have a video on these if you want to go check them out when we planted them. They're doing really good right here, and so we want to make sure we take this variety and multiply it. So we're going to make a huge blackberry patch. So if you'll look here, we want everything to stick in this main row, and we're going to pin it up so that way we have a walkway. And if you look in the walkway here, you have a ton of volunteers that'll pop up. You have 1, 2, 3. I mean, they're all throughout this walkway. What I like to do is let them grow to probably about a foot high. This one's probably good to take too. And once they reach that high, I can see where they're at, and then I can dig them up and replant them. So here's a shot of the canes once they come up, and they're actually going to come up from the root system. And this plant right here actually is popping up from this mother plant. I planted this last year from a transplant, and this is the cane from last year. It actually died back because I planted these in the summertime, but the root system stayed intact and it stayed watered. So this year now we have new growth coming out.
There's another one right there.
Yeah. Okay, the first thing I do is dig a hole, and you want to dig the hole kind of like a wedge shape. That way when you dig up your plant, you dig it in the same shape and it'll sit in there nicely, almost like a plug. So if you're planting in a grassy area like this, I'll take the first couple, probably 3 or 4 inches off, and then I'll break up the dirt, and I'm gonna backfill with this good dirt. And with this, I'll show you what I'm gonna do with the sod in a minute. So when you're digging this up, I go about 6 inches from the actual cane and just drive down in a wedge shape. And you want to cut through any roots that you got, but don't start cranking on it, trying to dig it up like this. You might be able to loosen it a little bit, but you're not going to dig it up until you're all the way, have a complete circle. Okay, once you know you've gone all the way around, then do a clean pop it out. And now everything is enclosed and it's encapsulated, and we don't want to disturb the roots very much. So once I get it put in its hole, I'll take some of this weeds around the edges, around the plant off. So I want to try to kill off anything that's growing here. I'll step on it, try to get all the air pockets out, if there is any. And then get the loose dirt, go right on top. What to do with this piece of grass? I'm gonna take this back and throw it back in the hole, because last year we were stiffening holes all year long, so I'm gonna try to fill them up. Actually, let me put it in this one. Do a little dance on top of it. There we go. And that's how we're gonna expand our blackberry patch. What do you call it?
I guess.
Blackberry area. I don't know. All right, some quick tips. Let's talk about the conditions that you want to look for in order to do this. So we just got off of 3 or 4 days of rain, so the ground's really wet. If you look up at the sky, it's overcast. There's not a lot of direct sun, so wait for a week or so that it's going to be pretty wet and cool. I think it's maybe 65, 70 degrees today, and it will be for the rest of the week. So I figured it's a good time to do it. Yeah, so look for rain, overcast, and then you should be well on your way to have tons, as many blackberries as you could ever want. These probably aren't the best shoes to wear while doing this, but they're comfortable. There's a big one. Oh yeah. All right, thanks for joining me while I transplanted some blackberries, and I hope you found some of this helpful. Make sure y'all check back to see the progress on these, and then actually when we pick our actual blackberries, and we'll do some recipes on what we do with them. If you have any questions, make sure you comment down below, and we'll see you in the next video.